Money, 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 money. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. Is this going to be on the test? My name is Joe Burns, and I always like to start by saying I only need 10 minutes of your time. Well, I have a ton of stuff to talk about today, and it very well could be that I'll run over a little bit. My apologies. Remember, like, subscribe, ask questions below. Money, 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 money. Here's the thing about college today. You are going to incur debt. It's an epidemic. All these kids coming out of college that have tens of thousands of dollars of debt. Now, those of you who are lucky enough that your parents can pay for it, good for you. What you should do is respect them and thank them every single day and use the opportunity that you've been given to create a world so that your children can also have their college paid for. But it's still debt. It's just not debt to you yet. It's debt to your parents. So, debt. How can you limit your debt? You're not going to get rid of it altogether, but how can you limit your debt? What I have heard is, when I was in college, I just worked the whole way through it. Can't do it anymore. Colleges have priced themselves out of that. Oh, that's not true. Want to bet? Okay. Let's say a semester of college is $4,000. Now, I can tell you that's cheap. Cheap. You get into higher echelon universities, private universities, we're talking 20 up to 40, up to some goodness known numbers. But state school, close to the house, $4,000 a semester. Okay? Forget books, forget fees, all that kind of stuff. You get a job making $10 an hour. Government takes a third. Let's say you have $7 for every hour you work in your pocket. Okay. $4,000 divided by 7 equals 571 hours it's going to take you to work off that money. Fine. Let's say you're going to work 40 hours per week and hold down a college degree, but let's say it is for the sake of it. Bang. It's going to take you 14 and a little bit more weeks to pay that off. I get it. The university semesters are somewhere around 18 to 20 weeks. The problem is this doesn't allow for incidental, silly things like food, gas, apartment rent, those kind of things. So you just can't do it anymore. The question then becomes, I am going to incur debt. How do I incur as little debt as possible? I see this all the time on my campus, and I want to stop these kids. They're just taking out loan after loan after loan, and they're using their loan money to buy sushi, to buy lunch, that kind of stuff. If you can go into your university and the thought process is, I'm going to incur as little debt as possible, let me give you a few ways of doing it. Number 1, go to a state school in your state close to home. It is going to be the cheapest tuition you can find. Now, a lot of people, I want to go to Princeton, I want to go to Yale, I want to go to Brown. Well, that's great. I think that's wonderful. Just understand, you're going to incur a dramatic amount of debt. I was never a Princeton, Yale, Brown kind of guy. I'm a blue-collar kid. My dad sold spark plugs for GM, and I needed to go to state schools, okay? Also, my father saved a little bit of money, so I had some luck in that. But if you're like me, if you're the blue-collar kid, you're trying not to incur debt. Number 1, pick a state school as close to you as possible. Why as close to you as possible? Do you really need to live on campus? The amount of debt you're going to stop incurring by living at home is going to be fantastic. Going to be fantastic. If you say, I have got to live on campus, have you thought about being an RA? You get your stuff for free. You get your room for free. And in some schools, I know you get some of your food for free. It's a work-study thing. It's an exchange for the work, and you might even get a little bit of a salary. Yes, you got to be in charge, and you have to take the kids to things and do a bunch of stuff, but the amount of debt you will not incur is fantastic. Can you live at home? Can you eat at home? Is that at all possible? If not, let's move along. If you are early in your college career, could you go to a community college rather than taking all of your required courses at the major university? And you say, well, I don't want a community college on my transcript. It won't be that. You do 2 years at a community college, and that's where you get your basics, your required English, your required biology, your sciences, your foreign language, things like that. It's almost a third, generally, a third the price of as if you took those classes at university. So maybe do your first 2 years at a community college and then do your second 2 years or 3 years at the major institution. That's the name that's going to be on your diploma, not the community college. It'll be on your transcripts, obviously, but the major institution will be on your diploma. You'll save a tremendous amount of money. And again, can you do a community college close to your home? Maybe live at home, maybe eat at home. Okay, but I need to take out loans. I get it. As I said earlier on, I see students just winging money around like they're, money bags, what have you. I tried to make up a name and it didn't go very well. But big rich person. The problem is you're going to have to pay these loans back. For example, I'm going to go with easy numbers. A $10,000 student loan, okay? That's going to be anywhere from 4 to 7%. That's what I found looking at the computer device, and that's generally what you can find if you start searching for low and then high interest student loans. A 5-year loan, got 5 years to pay it back, at 4% interest is going to cost you not only the principal, not only 10 grand, but also $1,049 on top of it. A 7% loan is going to cost you not only the principal, $10,000, but $1,880 on top of it. So understand, every student loan is not only the loan, and I have them for 5 years. If you extend it out to pay it in 10 years or 20 years, that amount goes up substantially. So incur as little debt as possible. Only take out the student loans you need. Can you find a bank, or your parents find a bank, that would allow money to be loaned at a lower rate? Something like that. Not that any of this is available to anyone, but just keep that in mind. Interestingly enough, I've heard students bragging about how they're not going to pay back their student loans. Really? You think so? You think so? Yeah. You could live in a cave in Kentucky and some guy's going to show up in a suit. Hi, I'm from Sally Mac and Fannie what have you. We'd like your student loan payment right now. I also heard a student say, well, if it gets to be too much, I'll just declare bankruptcy. Student loans are not discharged by bankruptcy. Those things stay with you for life, like luggage. So only take out the loans you need, okay? One more quick one. My wife did this. She believed if you pay anything on a student loan, they can't come after you. So she was sending, the loan payment was like $112. She was sending them like $10 a month. And she thought, I've got them at bay, forever. When the term came due, I think it was a 7-year loan, they wanted everything in a balloon payment. Bang, like that. We had to go and take out a loan at the bank to pay it all off, or something very, very bad, very, very bad was going to happen to her. Okay, as I said, loans. You have to pay them back. You know what you don't have to pay back? Grants, like a Pell Grant, scholarships, awards, and contests. Okay? Become friends with the people in financial aid. Become friends with the people who are looking at scholarships and things like that. I mean, literally become friends. Let them know you by name. Pell Grants don't have to be paid back. Scholarships don't have to be paid back. And the thing about it is, there are usually a lot of scholarships floating around your university. Seek them out. Find them. Find out what they are. A lot of times there are endowments from people and they're trying to give this money away. Find out what they are. See what it takes to get them and apply for them. Awards. There's lots of things you can do to garner awards on the campus, and the award may defer some of the money. Look into that. And the last one, and this is what my wife did that really succeeded for her. Yeah, I know she screwed up the student loan, but contests. And again, you got to search these out. there's all kinds of contests that are worth 500, 1,000, or what have you. And you say, oh, it's not a lot of money. Well, if 4,000 is your semester, you just paid for a fourth of it. My wife had to submit, I think it was a 1-page or 2-page essays to the Daughters of the American Revolution about, I don't know, why she likes ice cream. I don't know what it was, but she was the only one that applied. So, and got it, obviously. Would have been terrible had she not got it. So look into those. Anything grants, scholarships, awards, contests, you don't have to pay those back. Work study. I'm over 10 minutes, I know. Work study. On campus, there's a jillion jobs that must be taken care of. At the library, at registration, at what have you. Find out where they post these jobs. Now, you may get a price, you may get a salary, you may get something hourly, or you may just get a deferment of money. But again, work study. There's probably an office called work study. Boom. There is your answer, okay? Have you thought about maybe pushing off university until you're done with, say, 4 years in the military? Have you thought about doing ROTC? That's another good idea, because that has some deferment in it. And I'll give you one more quick one, since I want to wrap this up as close to 10 minutes as possible. Have you thought about going through college quicker, faster? This is something a lot of people don't think about. It used to be it took you 4 years to get through college. That's how quickly I did it. That's how quickly my wife did it. Now the average is 5 years. And it's because of changing majors and classes not being available or doing your classes incorrectly, what have you. Do it in 4 years. Do it in 3.5 years. And it's not because I don't want you to enjoy college. This whole podcast, this at least episode, is about bringing your debt down. Okay? I would also go to the Google and I would sign up for one of 100 different websites that you put in how much your parents make, what they do, what's your socioeconomic level, all these different questions, and then it spits back at you and sends you email alerts and such on things that you can get to help defer the amount of money that you have to pay. Takes a little bit of research, but it's so much better. That at my university, the average is anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 getting out. And I'm at a state school. Imagine the much larger private schools. You're going to incur debt. Incur as little as possible. If you, by the way, have a successful method of saving money and not incurring as much debt, please put it below. Please put it below. Okay, I'm way over time, way over time. So that's going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching this here podcast. Is this going to be on the test? Probably.